Okay, hello everyone and welcome to the EO Civics Network meeting for California. Today is April 1st, 2026. If you haven't already, please type your name and your agency into the chat box. And then if you have not registered yet, please register at the website, California Adult Education and Professional Development. And if you are not receiving a meeting reminder in your email, please send me your email address to elcivics@casas.org. Okay. And it is not letting me move forward. Let's see. Come on. There we go. Oh, phew. Thought my computer broke. All right, so our agenda for today, we have some CD updates. We have civic participation in IELCE, citizenship preparation, awards, and then we have some other information. All right, so starting with the CDE update, the latest WIOA 2 State Network meeting was March 3rd, 1 to 2:30, so you can watch the recording with this link here. And remember that there is a passcode to watch that meeting. For a list of statewide WIOA 2 network meetings, you can click on this link here. The next meeting is April 7th, and this one is going to be a very big one. They're going to have dedicated time to discuss the preliminary federal fiscal year 2027 budget projections and potential implications for education programs. So Dr. Zachary did send out an email to the Adult Education Network to notify everybody that that's one of the big things that will be discussed at the next WIOA 2 State Network meeting. So she encouraged everyone to take a deep breath and then to attend, and so you can get the latest information. And to register for that, you can go to this link. Remember that the links will be live once I send you the entire PowerPoint after the meeting with the recording. Okay. All right, CDE update number 2. So just to remind you, please make sure that you're familiar with this IET at a glance guide. Excuse me. It delineates the difference between workforce training courses versus workforce preparation courses. Okay. And then there's been some staff changes over at CDE. So if you're unsure who your CDE consultant is, please reach out to the email here, adulteducation@cde.ca.gov, or by telephone. All right, so civic participation in IELCE. So first and foremost, the IELCE report and plans have been submitted. The due date was yesterday. Submitters should hear from the reviewer on or before May 15th. This may be the first or latter communication, depending on the rating scale of what your agency receives. So the rating scale, we have the three adequate with CDE review, and not adequate. So for the adequate, it means that your report is fine. There's nothing that needs to be changed, and just move along as usual. Adequate with CDE review means that one or more program is rated adequate, and then one or more program is rated not adequate. So it means that there's one or more programs that there was some sort of problem and needs to be reviewed by CDE. Number 3, the not adequate. These are agencies with reports rated not adequate may receive TTA, targeted technical assistance to improve the rating if possible. So if there are, things in the wrong places on the report, your reviewer may ask, let's go ahead and meet over Zoom so that I can show you what part needs to be where, so that we can better understand your program. The only thing about that is if you had zero enrollment, unfortunately, we don't have a time machine to go back and change the enrollment. So zero enrollment cannot be improved. So if you have a program that you listed that has zero enrollment, that we cannot change that number, and that needs to stay rated not adequate. Right? And so, like I said, you should be hearing from your reviewer soon if you have not already. We've had a very big number of glitches in the system, so the reviewers are pulling their hair out and trying not to throw their computers out the window. But so that may delay when you receive communication from your reviewers. We just wanted to make sure that the system was up and running the way it's supposed to be running, so that to avoid any confusion or miscommunication. So. All right, just a reminder, COAP submission deadline. The last day to add, edit, or delete COAPs is April 30th, 2026. And so please do not delete COAPs for which your agency has already administered assessments. And as always, be sure to download your COAPs into TE. So remember that after you select your COAPs, there's one more step. You need to download it into TE. So a lot of people are, when they go into their system, they're like, wow, how come it's not there? Well, maybe you missed that last step. So please make sure that you've done that last step of downloading into TE. Okay, next is about summer school. So on our FAQ, there's a question, how do I select co-ops for summer school 26-27? So we have an option 1 for pre-approved co-ops for summer school programs, which will complete 30 hours of instruction and post-test on or before June 30th. So that is the critical date, June 30th. So if it's on or before June 30th, you can use this year's 2025-26 pre-approved co-op list and select them before April 30th deadline. Right? For summer school programs which begin instruction before or after July 1st and will complete our 30 hours of instruction and post-test in July or August of 2026. If your summer school program falls into this category, you need to use the new 26-27 pre-approved co-op list and select them on or after July 1st, because the system switches over on June 30th. So June 30th is the last day for 25-26, and then 26-27 starts on July 1st. Also, so a little more, if you have an option 2 or option 3 co-op, your agency may use any 25-26 approved co-op option 2 or option 3 that you selected in 25-26 for summer school 26-27. So that's for agencies that are using option 2 and option 3 co-ops. Okay. And again, this link will take you to that FAQ if you want to read more or have other questions that you think might be on that FAQ. There's one more, just a reminder, can English language learners whose CASAS test scores are above the advanced level earn EL Civics payment points? So this issue has come up recently, and we just want everyone to know that those test scores have no bearing on the EL Civics payment points. So no matter how high they score, they still can receive EL Civics payment points. So it says here, an EL Civic, oh, sorry, go back. ELL's score on the CASAS test has no bearing on earning a payment point unless they're at the very low end. So on the low end means that, you know, they're below the beginning low. So they're beginning ESL literacy. So for example, here it has the numbers. So 183 or below on reading steps, or 181 or below on the listening steps. Okay, so because beginning ESL literacy students cannot earn civics payment points. Oops, I have a twitchy finger today. Right, and then for ELL learners that get a pre-test score on reading or listening steps that is too high to achieve a pre-post test gain can use reading goals designated for ABE ASE learners to complete a pre-post test pair. And then ensure that they earn EL Civics payment points, because remember, for those payment points, you do need that pre and post test pair. But if you do go this route, the student should also have enrollment. So also meaning they have enrollment in ESL and enrollment in ABE or ASE, the high school diploma or high school equivalency, to ensure that they earn payment point for a possible gain. So two different types of payment points. The first one is to receive payment point for passing a EL Civics assessment. And the second payment point is for a possible learning gain. Okay, on the goals test. And again, there is a link to the FAQ right here at the bottom of the page. And we have a newly redesigned CASAS website. So it has a contemporary full-width website design. It's mobile and tablet responsive, user-friendly content update, and there is content specific for new to CASAS users. So if you haven't gone to our website in a while, this is what the front page looks like. And EL Civics, you kind of have to scroll down. It's in this section, California Adult Education Assessment, Accountability, and EL Civics. This is the very left button. Once you click that, it takes you to this page. So you can get to the regular EL Civics webpage by clicking on the EL Civics at the left here, or the big button here, California EL Civics. So either way, it takes you to the same place, the regular EL Civics webpage. All right, so just to remind you, California EL Civics focus areas. So to earn payment points in EL Civics, the agency must be funded for the first one, Citizenship Preparation, which is 231. So payment points earned for passing the CIT test or the Government and History Listening Test, and they have to have a pre-post CASAS test. So also you need to be funded for civic participation, which is 231 also. And then IELCE is considered 243. Payment points are earned by students passing a co-op assessment and having a pre-post CASAS test. So the pre-post CASAS test pair is very important for funding. So please check your funding and contact your CDE consultant if you wish to add funding in one of these areas. You find out that maybe you're missing one of these, please talk to your CDE consultant to see if you can be added to these areas. All right, so CAPE and the COAP system, the AB 2098 recommends that CAPE agency, so CAPE is California Adult Education Programs, they recommend that they utilize the California COAP system for instruction and assessment of students to demonstrate immigrant integration indicators. So that is I3, so 3 I's, immigrant integration indicator. So outcomes. And in TOPS Pro TE, it records I3 outcomes, but this is not a payment point. Okay, so please see the California Adult Education website for more information on that. All right, so continuing with CAPE agency use of COAPs. So increasing CAPE I3 outcomes to demonstrate program effectiveness using COAPs. So it states that COAPs can be used with ABE, ASE, and CTE students. COAPs can be used to plan instruction and assessment to demonstrate efficacy in real-life tasks, such as completing a job application, consulting with a school counselor, making a consumer complaint, etc. So ABE, ASE, and CTE students can achieve CAPE immigrant integration indicator I3 outcomes by passing a COAP assessment. And then successful COAP implementation for CAPE agencies. So ABE, ASE, and CTE students can be placed in the appropriate COAP level using the following chart. So this is a crosswalk for what level ABE, ASE, NRS level equivalent is the equivalent of what level for ESL COAP instruction. Okay. And this chart can also be found on the CASAS EL Civics webpage. All right. The successful co-op implementation for CAPE agencies. So please see these documents for further details. We have the increasing CAPE I3 outcomes to demonstrate program effectiveness using co-ops. That's the first one. And then the second one, successful implementation of co-ops for CAPE agencies. So please click on either of those to get more information once I send the PowerPoints out, and you can click them. Okay, so next is just to remind you, we do have the EL Civics Exchange where we have it's a repository of EL Civics materials that you can use and adapt for your agency. We do have new materials, 19.7 Immigrants' Rights, and 72.2 Safety in Building and Construction Trades. And you can get there by clicking on elcivics.otan.us. And if you are developing new materials, new co-op instructional materials, please consider making them accessible, so 508 compliant, to submit to the EL Civics Exchange. To figure out how to do that, you can click on the accessibility guide, or you can contact OTAN. Anthony Burek at OTAN has volunteered to be of help if you need anything to do with making your materials accessible. And then please consider submitting them to the EL Civics Exchange so we can all make use of your new and wonderful instructional materials. And let's see, I think I have a few. Anthony, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi,
Okay.
Stephanie.
Hi.
Hold on, you have my side view, my terrible side view. Hold on. Here we go. Okay.
There we go. All
Um,
right.
should I take over, Stephanie?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, great. All right. Hi, everyone. Anthony Burke from OTAN. Good to see everyone here. Just a reminder before we jump into a couple of slides here, OTAN is one of the three state leadership projects that supports adult education. If you're not familiar with us, along with CASAS and CalPro, we are part of the structure here in the state to be able to provide support to all of you. We focus on technology training, technology integration, um, technology goals that you're working on back at your agency. Please feel free to reach out to us if you need support. We do provide free training and free resources on the OTN website, otan.us. So please get in touch with us if you need some support for your technology goals. I'll also just take a minute here to introduce one of my newest OTAN colleagues, Ana Mendoza Santiago. She's another coordinator here at OTAN with me. Brand new to OTAN as of a couple of weeks ago, formerly with Salinas Adult. And we're excited to have Ana and another staff member joining us this month. So, and also just one more reminder, we will be at both the CCAE State Conference as well as CASA Summer Institute in the coming months. So please come and see us, talk with us, see what we're up to. We have lots of sessions at both conferences, including sessions on what I'm going to talk about here, EL Civics on Canvas. One of our trainers, Elisa Takeuchi, who's on the call here, is going to be headlining those sessions. So make sure to check us out, both at CCAE State and the Summer Institute. So I'm here, though, to talk about this specific topic. So back here at OTAN, one of the things that we're working on is developing some EL Civics materials for Canvas. So if you happen to be using Canvas LMS back at your agency, this may be of interest to you. So these are some instructional courses that used to exist on our Moodle platform. If you were with us back in the day with Moodle, we're actually migrating these resources over to Canvas, and so now we want to make them available on the Canvas platform. So we have a couple of courses already developed, and they are currently posted on the Exchange as of this week. You can see the list here, 33.7 in the employment category, and then 1.6 banking. Both of these resources are mainly available at the advanced level for ESL students, although you might be able to use it in maybe some of your intermediate classes as well. And just to note that we actually are developing some more resources, and once those become available, they're in a wide variety of the co-ops, but once those become available throughout the spring and into the summer, we'll make sure to add them to the exchange as well. So Stephanie, if you could go to the next slide. Thank you. So as I mentioned, these are resources that are available in Canvas for use in Canvas. So where do you find these resources? So if you're familiar with the Canvas Commons, there is kind of a subset within the Canvas Commons called the California Adult Education Canvas Commons. So it is a subset of the Canvas Commons that is managed by OTAN. We actually set it up and we're managing access to the to this Canvas Commons space. So if you are a Canvas user, your access to this space, unfortunately, is not automatic. So all you need to do, though, is let us know that you would like to add your school or give your school access to this Canvas Commons space. This access is open to any adult education agency in the state. So all you have to do basically is complete a one-time form to let us know that you're interested in gaining access. What we do is we take the information from the form and then we go ahead and contact the folks who are managing your Canvas website back at your agency. It's usually not a teacher. It could be a teacher, but it's usually not a teacher. It's usually someone else. However, we get in touch with that person and it's pretty straightforward. Basically, we just have to turn on the access for you at your agency, and it's a one-time setup. So once that happens, everyone who works at the agency would be then able to get access to this adult education Canvas Commons space. I have a link. I'll post the link in the chat in a minute as well. But basically, if you go to this OTAN Canvas page that we have on our OTAN website, this will give you more information about this arrangement. It'll give you a link to the form that you need to have your Canvas admin complete back at your agency, and then a little bit more information as to what other resources you will find available in the Adult Education Canvas Commons space, including the EL Civics resources that we've been developing. So I think that's it for me. If anyone has any questions about that or needs clarification, but once I put the link to the page in the chat, you can take a look at that and you'll have everything kind of in one place there. And like I said, it's just a one-time fill out the form instance. And then once that's set up, then that Canvas Commons link is basically available within your account and you'd be able to access the current EL Civics resources that we've developed as well as the ones that are coming in the future. And I
Okay.
will just apologize for on the OTAN side. It's a little clunky what I'm describing. We wish it were a lot easier and a lot smoother, but unfortunately, we're sort of working within the constraints of Canvas and getting into the Canvas Commons space. So, however, like I said, once you have that set up available within your agency, then it's automatic and you'll be able to get to this Adult Ed Canvas Commons space whenever you log into your Canvas account. That's it. Thanks, Stephanie.
Okay. Thank you, Anthony. All right. So let's go ahead and move on. Okay, so next is citizenship preparation. Usually Portia does this part, but unfortunately she is not here today, so I'm going to go ahead and go through her slides. So the CIT test, the citizenship interview test, this is form 973 or 974. Takes about 15 to 20 minutes. It's a one-on-one oral interview test for high beginning to advanced English learners. Includes personal information and information from the N400 application for naturalization. The simulated interview helps determine if the student is ready to pass the USCIS naturalization interview. So, and students pass with a score of 206 or above. So, but if the student does not pass, you can offer additional instruction and then retest with the alternate form. So there are two forms, 973 and 974. The CASA citizenship interview test certification and recertification. So the CIT examiner must be currently certified for students to earn a payment point. And to become a CIT examiner or to recertify, you need to place an order for on the online training at CASA's product overview citizenship. And we want to make it clear that there is no charge to WIOA 2 funded agencies for this training. But the registration for the training is a little bit tricky. It will ask you to select my PO box just before checkout, but just be rest assured there is no charge. And because it's a little clunky, the registration, there is a video on the CASA Citizenship YouTube channel. It's a very short video on how to become SIT test certified and recertified. SIT certifications expire each year on June 30th. So SIT examiners will be notified about recertification procedures each January. So if you were due to be recertified, you should have been notified already. Recertification opens in January. Both certification and recertification must be completed by April 30th. Okay, so if you haven't finished this yet, please make sure that you get that done before the deadline. If you have any questions, please contact CIT at casas.org, or there is a phone number that you can call with questions or for more information. The Government and History for Citizenship, the G&H listening test. These are forms 965 or 966. This one takes about 25 minutes. It's a listening test of knowledge of American government and history. It's based on the USCIS 100 questions. It can be given remotely through CASA's e-tests or flash drive option. And students pass the G&H with a score of 206 or above. And again, for this test, if the student does not pass, you can offer additional instruction and then retest with the alternate form. All right, so updates to the citizenship test. The questions a USCIS officer asks a citizenship applicant are based on the applicant's N400 application for citizenship. And the CASA SIT assessment is not the naturalization interview and does not test all the information. So it's designed to predict the success with that process. So CASA is in the process of updating the Government and History test to reflect the changes to the USCIS Civics test. It doesn't assess every possible question that could be asked in the content of the current test, but it's still relevant and will remain valid for earning payment points in program year 25-26. Field testing is to begin soon, and students who take the test will receive a gift card. We've been having a lot of great a number of people who have agreed to field tests, so we've been getting a lot of that. So thank you to those people, the agencies who volunteered, and your students will get a nice little gift card for helping us field test these. The reading for citizenship has been refreshed, but it cannot be used for pre-post testing. Okay, on to awards.
Excuse me, Stephanie, can I say something
Yes.
very quickly? Okay.
Go ahead, Jennifer.
Hi, this is Jennifer Gallardi from Milpitas Adult School, and I would like to invite our civics and citizenship teachers to join the CATISL new civics and citizenship interest group. If you want to start talking through proposing different co-ops, or perhaps talk about the new upcoming test that CASAS is talking about, or if you are looking for resources for the 128 test, stop on by, join up, and hopefully we can answer your questions. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer. Okay, so moving on to awards. All right, so we have two awards, the Promising Practices Award and the Making a Difference Award. So the Promising Practices Award recognizes California adult education providers that have implemented a practice that helps students and or improves their program in some way through collaboration, effective tech use, improved transitions, etc. So the nomination form for Promising Practices is here in the top blue. The Making a Difference Award identifies programs that document the effectiveness of their project and shows that the project goes beyond the classroom. So this act of going beyond the classroom is what makes this award different from the Promising Practices Award. And so if you are nominating your agency for Making a Difference Award, you need to make sure that whatever project that you are highlighting goes beyond the classroom to affect the community in a positive manner. And the nomination of the application form for that is at the bottom here. So what can winners expect? You'll be presented with the award by the CDE at the 2026 CASAS Summer Institute California Consortium meeting. You'll be invited to participate in a poster session at the CASAS Summer Institute. You'll also be invited to talk about your promising practice and or your Making a Difference project at various network meetings. And basically, we'll be asking you to serve as a model for other programs seeking to implement similar practices or projects. Excuse me, I had to cough. All right, so how to apply is fill out an application or nomination form and send it to me, sfitzpatrick@casas.org. And the deadline is coming up very quickly, April 15th, tax day. Excuse. Okay, I think I've stopped. All right, so just to remind you that these nominations, the agencies are the nomination forms are subject to final approval by CDE. And to learn more about the promising practice of the Making a Difference Award and to view previous award recipients, you can go to the CASAS website. So please consider nominating your agency for these awards. Okay. Other information. All right, so we recently got a question at the TESOL conference, resources for steps in listening and reading. So does anyone have any suggestions? There was a teacher from a prison setting that asked, we're looking for listening resources to help students achieve a 202 on the Level C test and reading resources for students at the low intermediate reading level, so 207 to 217. So does anyone have anything off the top of their head that they know of that's a good resource for the steps listening and reading tests? You can put it in the chat or you can unmute and tell us all about it. Let's see, let's look at the chat to see if there's any one. Okay. All right. So I don't see anything in the chat, but if you should happen to think of any resources in the future, please send them to elcivics@casas.org and we can give it to this specific teacher first, but then we can have a resource that would be available for the rest of the Civics network. So please email if you have a resource that you'd like to suggest that you find helpful and that we can share with everyone. And Anthony said for reading, possibly the Marshall leveled reading. I agree. I've used this one before, and I find it a good resource. So that's a good one. So if anyone else thinks of any other resources, please email us at elcivics@casas.org. All right, so we have two more upcoming EL Civics network meetings for the 25-26 school year. So we have one at the end of this month, April 29th, and then we have one last one, May 27th. So please let me know if you have something interesting to share or present. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure to type your name and agency into the chat box. And if you haven't registered already, please go to the website, caladulteducationandtraining.org. to register for this meeting. And just to remind you that the 2026 CASAS Summer Institute will be held June 15th to June 18th. And it's at the same place as last year, the Hyatt Regency, Orange County. And the theme this year is that your passport to workforce partnerships. So if you haven't already or you're planning to attend, please register. The registration fee is $695, and there is an optional add-on lab pass of $180. The lab pass allows you to attend as many labs as you want without having to register and pay for each individual once. So that's why it's called Lab Pass. It allows you to go to all of them or as many as you would like. All right, so let's see if anyone has any questions. Let me look at the chat to see. Let's see. Does anybody want to unmute and ask their question? Yes, so the slides will be sent out to you through email once I get the recording link for the meeting also. So I'll send both at the same time. Oh, and Nicole Choi, she put out a resource that says www.readingskillsfortoday. The 4 is a number. So readingskillsfortoday.com. Okay. Oh, okay. So Anthony says that it's an updated link for updated version of the website. So that's Anthony's link. Okay. Now I can't get out of this huge thing of the chat. Okay. All right. Anyone else have any questions? I don't see anybody raising their hand. I don't have Lori or Portia here today to help me look for questions. Is there anything that I missed? Anyone want to unmute and ask a question now? Okay. All right. Well, then I guess that's it for today. Thank you for coming and listening to all these information. And if you ever have any questions, please send us an email. The general email is elcivics@casas.org. If you send it to that one, the ELCivics team, all of us will receive that email. So you'll get a faster response. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording to see if anybody wants to ask a question off the official recording. So let me go ahead and stop the recording. And where is the button?